guys, Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana with another episode of Explore the Card, where we take a deep dive into a Michael Jordan insert card from the 90s. Today we are looking at the 1996 Z-Force Big Men on Court, card number 4. We're going to also look at the Z-Pete Parallel in detail. These two cards kind of go together. Without further ado, let me switch over here to our screen and we can get cranking. This is exciting for me because I'm bringing you my first episode of Explore the Card in a higher video and audio quality. Hopefully this is coming across loud and clear, and you guys hopefully can appreciate the content in a much better format. Let me reach over here and see if I can move us over. So I always like to start, I want to be transparent. This is my only copy of the card. It's a BGS 8.5 1996 Z-Force, and it is the Z-Pete Parallel. That's kind of what the card looks like. It's obviously in the PWCC Vault. I store all of my stuff in the PWCC Vault that has any value to it. All of my slabs, my entire Jordan collection's up there. This is what the card looks like. It's a BGS 8.5 with 9 centering, 9.5 surface, and then 8.5 corners and edges. Beautiful card, just great to look at. But I always like to I'm going to start every Explore the Card episode with whether I have it or not. Not that I need to give anybody any investing advice on Jordan, and nor am I trying to really give advice. I'm just giving you my opinion of what I think of the card and kind of where it fits in the hobby and the market. But here we go. Let me switch over here to my notes and try to get cranking here. Where is my Excel? All right, here we go. So hopefully the picture-in-picture is still working. I'm going to switch over here to Card Ladder, which is our data tool of choice as always. It's fantastic. It's really unlocked a whole new world, especially since they added the sales history portion of it as well. Anyway, so we're looking here at the BMOC. We're going to call it the BMOC because it's easier to say. The BMOC PSA 10 on Card Ladder. This card comes from the Skybox Z-Force set. It's a 200 card base set that came out in 2 series. There was a Series 1 and a Series 2. Each series contained 100 cards. All of the official rookie cards are found in Series 2 only. And yes, this is one of the nastiest rookie classes ever. Kobe, Iverson, Nash, Ray Allen, etc. Is it the greatest rookie class ever? Let's just see what you guys think in the comments. I'd really like to know if you think this is the best rookie class of all time. Maybe it's 2003. Maybe we're still waiting to see the best rookie class of all time from 2018. Let me know what you think. Certainly, this class is over and done with, and so we've seen their full body of work. Getting back to the card, there's a base parallels called Z-Clings that are found in Series 1, and their backs are blank except for the player's name and the card number. There's 7 insert sets that come out of 1996 Z-Force, okay? And there's also autographics cards. The other insert sets were something called Little Big Men, which sounds insulting if you're in the set to me. Slam Cam, SWAT Team, Vortex, which is a slept-on insert set that actually does include Michael Jordan. I'm sure that card will be featured on a future episode of Explore the Card. There's the Zebut and the Sensations. So those are the other insert sets. Obviously, we're here talking about the Big Men on Court insert set. There is some discrepancy, and let me get this out of the way because I don't want to sound like an idiot. There is actually some discrepancy about whether it's Big Men on Court or Big Man on Court. My Beckett slab, like we saw, says Big... where is it? There it is. Mine says Big Man on Court. The PWCC description probably just pulls from the label and says Big Man on Court. PSA says Big Men. Beckett's site says Big Men. Card Ladder says Big Men. And this PSA slab says Big Men. I think it's Big Men on Court. You can't really see because the E or the A is behind Jordan's waist. But we're going to go with Big Men on Court. Anyway, there's a Z-Pete parallel of this card. I can scroll over to it right now. So Here's the Z-Pete parallel. It looks almost identical. That's a bad picture, but except for a little stamp right here where it says Z-Pete. And you can kind of see it better on mine. So here it is right here down on the card. If I zoom in, you can see where everything looks the same except this says Z-Pete in gold foil. It's a 10-player set. It's a 10-player insert set. There's no scrubs in this insert set. So if you're one of those 90s insert set chasers where you want 1 through 10 or 1 through 20 or whatever the case may be, there's 10 of them, and they're a bunch of monsters. Barkley, Penny, Grant Hill, Jordan, Kemp, Alonzo, Mourning, Olajuwon, Shaq, Pippen, and David Robinson. 7 out of those guys I just named are Hall of Famers. It's a great set chase. The odds are pretty nasty, okay? So the big men on court, regular odds are 1 in 240 packs, and they are found only in Series 2. There's 10 players, therefore MJ is 10 times 240. MJ is 1 in 2,400 packs. The Z-Pete is 1 in 1,120 packs. So that means MJ is 1 in 11,200 packs. Guys, if you're an expert, double check my math on that and double check that I pulled pack odds from the right site. I think I got that from Trading Card Database, but double check me if you don't mind. The one thing I want to stress about this card, guys, you have to be extremely careful of fakes. It's widely known that Beckett graded a large number of fake Z-Pete parallels. I highly suggest that you guys do not touch this card unless you have verified that it's real by consulting with an expert, okay? I did the exact same thing. I am not an expert on real versus fake on any cards. I'm not. I always defer to the expertise of people with much more experience in distinguishing those. I actually relied on 2 people to make sure this was real. The copy that I have right here was real. The fakes look almost identical. There's a lot you can distinguish with the rounded edges in certain places. It should be rounded. It shouldn't be rounded. I think specifically this edge right here. I'm not getting into all that. That's not what this episode's about. Even cards in slabs. Please, if you're buying a BGS slab, PSA's got the money back guarantee, but if you're buying a BGS slab, go ahead and get somebody with a great deal of expertise to check it out and make sure it's real. I personally, this is me, I would never buy a raw copy. I would never buy a raw copy of this card. There's graded copies available, fork it over, pay the premium. I would not buy a raw copy. That's how prevalent these fakes are. There are forums, there's blowout forum threads all the way back to 2014. They were being faked even way back then. So you're talking 7 years of fakes, and I know recently there's been a rash of them coming, apparently an influx from Taiwan of the ZP parallels, and Beckett graded all of them. And so, there's threads on that. If you're really looking to get into this card, find an expert, read the threads, and kind of go from there. Let's talk about the card itself. So we'll go back here and we'll look at it. It's an extremely intricate die cut. Obviously, it's super colorful. It's got lowercase, script in red and blue behind Jordan with yellow outlines. His name is he's prominent on the front, driving to the goal with his left hand. If you switch over to the back, I always like to read the back. The back obviously is also die cut because it's die cut card. But Jordan's in a defensive position guarding. It's, in I'm going to read it for everybody and you can see it on the screen. No player in the 50-year history of the NBA has been more relied upon than Michael Jordan when the game is on the line. The ultimate go-to guy, he's money in the bank in the closing moments of any game. And that is a fact. So let's start looking at the data, right? So we'll switch back over to Card Ladder. I kind of compiled a little bit of the data, and Card Ladder's got everything you need when it comes to making decisions on buying big cards like this especially. It's invaluable. It's as good as it gets. So the PSA 10 is a pop 6. I'm on ZP. The PSA 10 regular base is a pop 6. 100 have ever been graded, which gives it a 6% gem rate. The last one sold for $5,500, and you're thinking to yourself, $5,500, what the hell? That's not very much money. I can go grab one. The problem is the last one sold in August of 2020. Okay, and so a lot has happened in our hobby since then, especially in Gem Mint 10 Jordan cards. So you can see Card Ladder has an estimate up here of 16,000 for the PSA 10, but it's a very low confidence level. And the reason for that is none have sold in the last year. So there's no average sale price. There's no average change over the year. If we go look at the BGS 9.5, you've got a pop 46 out of 231, so about triple the gem rate. It's a 20% gem rate for the BGS 9.5. A little easier to find, well, a lot easier to find, 8 times as many about, 3 times the gem rate. It grades easier with BGS. It's easier to get a 9.5 than a PSA 10. The last BGS 9.5 sold for $5,900. So you know the PSA 10 is going to be some multiple higher than that. That BGS 9.5 sold, it did sell within the last year for $5,900. That is also the highest sale ever for a BGS 9.5. If we get into the lower grades, I included the PSA 8s and the PSA 8.5s on my chart for this one, guys. I'm going to try to move this over and see if this works. If you want to look at this chart, this is something you may want to just do a screenshot right now in my video and save this so you have all the data. But, just kind of looking into this chart, I went ahead and did the 9s, the 8s, the 8.5s. Hang on, I want to make sure I'm still on screen here for you guys. Okay, yeah, we're good. If you look at the PSA 9s, even a PSA 9 is pop 15, and it's a 15% gem rate. The last one sold for a hilarious $361. Guess when that was? Look at this, 2013. So that's the last time a PSA 9 of this card has sold. So you're not going to find PSA 9s and 10s of this card very often. Let's go look at the 8s. One PSA 8 has sold on the open market in the last year. Now, look, I know there's private transactions that are taking place, so you can get your hands on the card. We're just talking about auction houses, eBay, MySlabs, things like that, public forums. So it's really not helpful when you have such a small sample size to look at the data. It's really just not that helpful to look at the percentage change or the last sold price because it's just too long ago. So anyway, this is the data. I wanted you guys to have it. I'm going to start trying to make this a little bit fancier and a little bit better, production, maybe a PowerPoint type deal where you guys can kind of look at it and take a screenshot of it so you've got it for yourself. If you're looking to get into this card. But here's the Z-Peat right below it. Believe it or not, the pop report for PSA 10 on the Z-Peat is a better gem percentage, and it's a higher pop, which is odd because the pack odds, my understanding is the pack odds are significantly tougher. But you can see the last Z-Peat sold, and it was this year, for 40 grand. So that Z-Peat Parallel PSA 10 sold for 40 grand. It's a pop 8 card. That's just a monster, right? So that takes it into Grail category with the Platinum Portraits and the Noise Boys and the other just monster Jordan cards that are out there. It's right up there with those other types of cards. The 9.5 Z-Peat is a pop 25. I mean, you look at the pops. I mean, these pops are tiny, right? And you can tell the difference. 100 big men on court. Base PSA, have been graded by PSA. Only 47 Z-Peats. 231 base BMOCs have been graded by Beckett. Only 127. So you're looking at about half, right? About half as many have been graded. But ironically, it looks like almost there's been at least one Z-Peat BMOC has sold in the last year for every one of these 6 grades. But anyway, so I'll let me move that back over here and let's get back to the card here, okay? So those tables hopefully are a little bit helpful for you guys. Neither BGS or PSA has graded a gem mint copy since April of either the base or the ZP Parallel. So these pops aren't going up, especially not in gem. They're just, look, they may never get to 10. I don't know, but they're not going up, and they're not going up quick. There's no BGS 10s have ever been graded. No BGS Black Label has ever been graded of either the base or the Parallel. The combined gem population. So this is what appeals to me. I'm trying to get gem. It's either BGS 9.5 or PSA 10. I don't care which. I'm trying to get a gem into my collection, right? And so this is still on my checklist of cards that I want to bring in. And so I like to look at the combined gem population. What about if you just don't care if it's PSA or BGS? You just want a gem mint copy. There's 52 combined gems of the base, and there's 33 combined gem copies of the ZP Parallel. Okay. Not a lot, guys. That's less than 100 between the two of them. So it's under that magical number of 100 pop in gem condition. Let's ask the question, how often does it sell on the market? We kind of talked about it. The PSA 10 has sold 1 time in 2 years. It's sold 8 times in 10 years. The base PSA 10 has sold 8 times in 10 years. The base 9.5 has sold 20 times in 15 years. The Z-Peat has sold 3 times in 2 years. It's sold 9 times in the last 7 years. The Z-Pete BGS 9.5 has sold 3 times in the last 2 years and also 9 times in the last 7 years. So that Z-Pete's a pretty rare one, guys. PSA 10 is 3 times as rare as the BGS 9.5 for both versions. You're lucky if you can even find one PSA 9 or one PSA 10 selling in any calendar year. Same thing even for BGS, honestly. We always ask the question and explore the card. What's on eBay? What's available? I just want to go grab one off eBay. I've got deep pockets. I don't care what it costs. Well, there's 5 copies right now on eBay. There's a BGS 8. There's a BGS 9. There's a PSA Authentic. There's an SGC 9, and there is a, get this, BCCG 9. I want to reiterate, be super careful buying this card. Get with an expert. Make sure it's real. Make sure it's legit. You're the guy, let's say, that wants to go open the boxes. Oh, I just want to go pull one out of a box. Well, I told you the pack odds. They're pretty steep. I don't recommend box busting as the way to go get this card. Just write a check. But if you wanted to go buy a box, there's one Series 2 box on eBay right now. This doesn't sound right to me. I'm just pointing it out. It says $13,250. Buy it now, but the seller has a 12 rating, which strikes me as a pretty big red flag. So I would probably pass on that box. That's just me. I'm not a risk taker on wax anyway. I'm certainly not a risk taker on potentially resealed or fake wax or whatever the hell it could be. I don't buy anything from anybody with a 12 rating, no matter what it is. I don't care if it's a base Prism from 2020. We've talked about what do I own and what do I grade. I have the pleasure of owning the card that we showed you over here, this 8.5 copy. This came from Stan Bay, the great Stanley Sirotensky. If you're in the Jordan world, you've met Stan. If not, look him up. He's a good, I guess, virtual friend of mine, and has given me great advice over the years. And he's the person, he needs all the credit. He's the person I leaned on to make sure it was real, along with another gentleman named Alex from Facebook, who is also an expert on the real or fake copy. I'd like to upgrade it. It's just not a giant priority for me right now. I'm a firm hold. We always ask the question, am I a buy, sell, or hold? I'm not telling you what to do. I am a firm hold right now. I would love to get a Gem Mint copy, but I have higher priorities right now, so I'm not looking to upgrade my 8.5 to a 9.5 right now, and I'm not really looking to pick up the non-Z-Pete version right now. I've got what I need in my collection to be content right now. I've got some other things going on, and I've got some other plays that I'm working on in the Jordan market. Is this we always ask, is it low, mid, or high, or grail value insert? I use 4 categories: low, mid, high, grail. This falls into the grail price range in PSA 10 for base and for Z-Pete. The BGS 9.5 base and Z-Pete qualifies high. So the BGS 9.5, you're looking at, in that $5,000 to $20,000 range. If we pull up the 9.5 here, Card Ladder's got it on, as 5880 for the Z-Pete. It's got 8,061. So you can get this card, for under 10,000 in a 9.5 condition, if you can find the damn thing. There's just not a lot. I mean, look, we just looked at it. So the Z-Pete's pop 25 and the base is pop 46. That's 72, guys. It's just not a lot to go around. But that 9.5 you're looking at on the screen puts it in the in that high level category. Some examples, we always look at other inserts or parallels that are in this kind of category price range. In PSA 10, you're looking at similar priced cards, being the 88 Fleer sticker Jordan, which is about $45,600 last sold. You're looking at the 93 Finest Refractor, which last sold for $43,200. So that kind of gives you an idea, and that's in PSA 10, guys. So that gives you an idea of the other types of cards. If you're looking to, if you got 45 grand to spend, and you're trying to decide between this card and others, those are the kind of cards you're choosing between. Which of those 3 would you rather have? I'm curious in the comments. Would you rather have a big man on court PSA 10 Z-Pete for $42,000? Would you rather have a 1988 Fleer sticker, or would you rather have the 93 Finest Refractor, Jordan's Finest Refractor in PSA 10? I'm curious what you guys think. Is this an investable card? That's a silly question on a card like this. That's such a high level card. Yeah, it's an investable card. It's Sasquatch, man. I mean, it's hard to find it in PSA 10. I think it's investable even in the mid grade that I have it in an 8.5. There's only 85 total gem copies of the BMOC and the Z-Pete combined between both grading companies. This is kind of a card that you acquire and you just sit on it in your collection, and it just doesn't come back out, into the wild very often. What we really need to see is we need to see the PSA 10 Big Men on Court base, not the Z-Pete, but the base cell to see where that's at. Technically it's lower pop than the Z-Pete, even though the Z-Pete's pack odds were higher, or more difficult, I should say. But the base is only pop 6. The Z-Pete's pop 8 in PSA 10. So the question is that going to top 40, 50? What? I don't know. I don't know if it'll sell for more because it's lower pop, and it's only 2 lower pop, but lower pop, or if it'll sell for less because the pack odds are less. I don't know. Comment. Let me know what you think in the comments about that card. On the Cajun Cardboard scale of Jordan card relevance, I always end the video with putting the card somewhere on the Jordan card relevance scale between 1 and 10. I put this card at a 9. It checks a lot of boxes. It's visually appealing. It's recognizable when you look at it. Even an amateur, even a new person into the Jordan market is going to look at this card, and it's going to kind of pop with that lowercase script. And let me get a better picture on this screen. Yeah, with that lowercase script. I mean, it's just colorful. It's a beautiful card, man. The die cut intricacy is just, as nasty as it gets. It's every bit as intricate as Noise Boys. It's a grail card in PSA 10 condition, like we talked about, 20 plus, easily 20 plus. It's a high-end card in BGS 9.5. It's just an extremely rare, it's a unique Jordan card just because of the shape and the color and the scarcity. So, of course, yeah, I put it as a 9 out of 10. Let me know. That's it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me see if I can get this off, get back on the screen with you guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys like the new audio and video. It should only get better going from here. I'm getting a little bit smoother each time. As you can see, I'm not even squared here. Do me a favor, comment. I want to hear your comments about my videos. I want to hear your comments about this particular video. I want you to lovingly caress that like button if you like the video, and hit the bell icon for notifications. This is obviously published on Fridays. My next video is going to be episode number 8. Let me know in the comments if there's another card you want to feature next week for episode number 8. And hopefully you guys enjoyed episode number 7. So happy collecting. Enjoy your weekend. Hopefully this video got your weekend kicked off right. And if you missed any prior episodes, go check them out. But I can't promise the audio and visual is going to be professional. It only gets worse the further back you go. But hopefully it'll only get better as we progress. But anyway, thank you guys for listening. Peace.